What up, y'all? This is Isaiah Fowler coming to you live from this is another episode of the podcast, video podcast, because you know I like video a lot better than just audio. But we have a good episode today. I wanted to talk about really, I want to dive into this concept of content, because I see that a lot of people still don't fully understand what's going on here and where we're at in the world. So I want to talk about content today, right? Not just on a surface level, but I really want to kind of dive into content so that you guys can understand the power of it and also the importance of it. So I want to talk about the power of the content for your brand, right? When we think about content, 9 times out of 10, most people only feel like they need content to sell their product, and that's it. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. So there's a lot of different things about, intangible things that come from content, but also just understanding how does content play a role in your marketing plan, right? So think about this. You have one company here and one company here. And let's say both of these companies sell hats, right? They both sell hats. And the hats that they sell are also similar to each other. So they're low-key like direct competitors. Now let's say they don't even know each other, but some consumers know that both the brands exist. That's something already in and of itself. A lot of times, entrepreneurs don't know who else is in the market, but the consumers know what other businesses there are. So the consumers are shopping around while you don't even know that the consumers are shopping around. So now you have a competitor that you don't even know you have. And I'm not saying go and be like, who am I competing against, and find everybody. But what I'm saying is you have to understand how important this is. So now you have 2 companies, and now let's say one doesn't put out any content. The other company is going crazy with content. Who do you think in a digital age will grow? Do you think the company with no content, or do you think the company with content? Some people will say, oh, I know people that don't put out content and they making money. That's perfectly fine. But we're not talking about that person. We don't even know the context of that person's life, that person's business, or anything like that. So let's not compare. Let's not look outside. Let's just, straight up and down, look in the mirror. Okay? So I'm going to tell you a story. Really quick story. But there was a business that I used to watch, right? I actually met the founders on Facebook on their personal pages. Now, when I first met them, all I saw them putting out content. Okay? I saw them putting out content. This made me raise my antennas to what they were doing. So then I would be looking at their content. Now, what this did was, this got me to make my first purchase. Let's just say this was like back in 2019. Back in 2019, I made my first purchase from them, all from seeing a video that they made and they put out 2-3 years before the time that I saw it, okay? So think about this. I saw a video that they posted 2 years ago, right? So now, 2019, 20, 21, now we're in 22. So almost 3 years later, I've been buying their products, right? So this is a 5-year window, right? So off of one video that they made 5 years ago, it took 2 years for me to see the video, for me to purchase. And then now I've been a customer of that same company for 3 years, right? This is some very deep shit. Now watch this. That's only me. What if 1,000 people have the same response that I had? What would happen? 1,000 people will do the same thing that I did and say, oh, wow, I need to check out this company, right? Boom. I need you to understand the power of this stuff. Content will save your business. Content will save your business, whether it be video, whether it be photo, whether it be written, whether it be audio, right? I love video marketing because you get to allow people to feel your energy. You get to allow people to see what you're really expressing. You get to allow your content to actually have context, and you get to create the narrative. But if you are not putting out content as an actual company, how are you going to have a successful direct-to-consumer brand? How are you going to have a successful direct-to-consumer brand? It's impossible. It's impossible, right? Now watch this. That same company that I bought from, that I saw their video, I bought from, and I've been a customer for 3 years now. Literally, you got to think about it. When we talk about, in this thing right here, right? We talk about LTV, right? This is the playbook. You can get this at swavcircle.com, swavcircle.com. When we think about LTV, if I've been buying from this company for 3 years, it didn't cost them any money for me to see that video. They just shared it, okay? Now, what happens is, I see the video, I buy. So let's just say over the span of 3 years, let's say I spent, let's just say $300 per year, okay? So if I've been shopping with this company for 3 years, $300 per year times 3 for 3 years, that's $900, right? Now, $900 may not seem like a lot of money, but that $900 is broken up into 3 years. And then we break that $300 into months. Now here's the next thing, right? Here's the next thing. Now the next step is, what if we can get 1,000 people to spend $300 a year with us? 1,000 times 300, because that would be their yearly annual LTV. That's $300,000. What if we could get 5,000 people to spend $300 with us every single year? That's 300,000 times 5, right? That is 1.5 million. So all this stems from content. Literally, I'm breaking this shit down for you. It all stems from content. Now, the same company that I've been buying from for 3 years, I reached out to the founders. I was like, I love what y'all doing. All because I saw their video. And then I started following them, seeing what they were doing. So now it's like, oh, okay. I am watching what they're doing. I'm liking what they're doing. I'm rocking with what they're doing. I'm like, yo, I wanna help y'all. I see where y'all could be going. We start talking, and then we start working together. Now their business is growing. And then it starts to grow, right? And then they hire me, full time. But all this would have never happened without them putting out the content. See, content, it allows people that you don't even know to connect with what you got going on. A lot of times we put out content thinking that people ain't rocking with us. People ain't seeing us. They are seeing you, but you got to keep going. You can't be worried about the surface level stuff. You have to keep going. Because there are going to be people that are going to be like, oh, I started rocking with you when I saw this one video you made. And it's not necessarily about you. It's about the company, right? If you have a product-based company, it's not about you being in front of the camera. It's about, the message that the brand is putting out. You can document your journey, right? You can document the journey. When all else fails, document. When all else fails, document. Share what you be doing, right? That's a very powerful thing. When I did my event in Atlanta in December, I vlogged that day. I vlogged that event. 2 people came to me and said they wanted to do an intensive based after they saw the vlog and they saw what I was talking about. Content gives people an inside scoop of what you really got going on, how you are, what the vibe is, how your brain works, what products you have, what goes into the products. Let's think about Kanye, right? Kanye was so smart. He had Cootie, which was his videographer, right? We talking about content from 10, 15 years ago that's been recorded. They strike a deal with Netflix. And then what happens is the second episode of this docuseries talks about the journey of Kanye's journey of putting out College Dropout. And then what happens after that? After that, the College Dropout starts charting on a Billboard Top 200 all over again. And College Dropout came out literally over 15 years ago. Or like 13 years ago or something like that. But this is all because of content. He recorded content and shared the journey of what it took to get the College Dropout out and so people could understand who he is and what he got going on. What if he never would have recorded that content? Right? Content is so important. It is so, so, so important. We live in a time where if you don't record content, it didn't happen. And I'm not saying get in front of the camera like, hey guys, this is what I'm doing. But en route to your mission, record shit, right? Record it. And this is so powerful. Record it, right? If you have something going on in the business, it could not be favorable. What if you started documenting that? You would get so much respect and so much interest from your customers. And you would really build a community based off of you documenting that journey. Just think about it, yo. Content is extremely powerful. It gets people to connect with you that you never saw, that you never seen, that you never knew were watching you, right? But in order for content to make sense, you have to consistently be putting it out, especially if you're not running ads. If you're not running ads and you're not consistent on social media with content, then what you think is going to happen? And when you have a direct-to-consumer brand, I think it's important depending on what level you're at, it's important to understand, to know what types of content to be able to create, right? Especially if you're running ads, you want to have a good content strategy when you're running ads. And you always want to be testing new creatives when you are running those ads as well. So you got to always be in content production mode. Super important. So if you have a product-based business and you're not really focusing on content, and here's another thing I'm going to say. A lot of people be focused on, creating content. Okay. But now you need to spend money to amplify and distribute that content as well. That's a whole nother level. What's the point of having content and you only post it once to 2,000 followers and then that's it? You got to learn how to recycle content. You got to learn how to reiterate content. You got to learn how to repurpose content. You got to actually learn how to use content. That's why I believe that people should be hiring me, because it's deeper than just getting the photo shoot done and that's it. We got to learn how to use the content to allow it to last us a minute and we can make that content stretch longer than just like a week and a half or something like that, right? So if you're looking to grow your business and get real strategical with your business, then head to swavcircle.com and grab this playbook right here. Or what you could do is you can hire me and we can do a one-on-one strategic intensive. It's a 3-hour session and we're gonna map out your strategy, okay? So if you wanna do one of those, click the description box. Always remember, everything starts with a vision, and let's really put that content out. Stop being afraid, stop living in your head, all right? Always remember, everything starts with a vision. Peace.